In the previous class, we have started the previous classes. Currently, we are discussing about the fundamental concepts of the object-oriented programming. Already, we have seen briefly object, class, method, data abstraction, encapsulation. And in the yesterday class, we have seen inheritance and polymorphism. Clear. Today, we have to see the dynamic binding, which is a continuation of the polymorphism. Yesterday, already we have discussed the polymorphism. How can we define this polymorphism? One thing, many forms is called the polymorphism. One thing, ability of one thing to take many forms is the polymorphism. Already we discussed it. Clear. So one more time, we're repeating. Polymorphism means general definition is one thing, many forms. Morphism means with chain forms, with changes. Poly means many. So one thing, many forms or many changes will be there. That is the polymorphism. This is generally used in the object-oriented programming, where we want same name for many functions. Okay. Sometimes it is very difficult to remember all the names of the functions while we are writing in the programming. Mm. So the solution is we have to use the same name for all those functions. Then to support the concept of the one same name for many functions, two or more functions, we use the concept of this polymorphism. Clear. By using this polymorphism, same function can act as differently on differently in different function, different classes. Same function will act differently in different classes. That means same function can behave can do addition of two numbers in class A, subtraction of two numbers in class B, multiplication of two numbers in class C, like that. Same function name can behave differently in different classes. We can use same function name, but working will be different using this polymorphism. When we come to this polymorphism in object-oriented programming, polymorphism is two types: compile-time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. Compile-time polymorphism is also known as static binding. Runtime polymorphism is also known as dynamic binding. The polymorphism of two types: compile-time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. The other name for compile-time polymorphism is static binding or early binding. The other name for runtime polymorphism is dynamic binding or late binding. Okay. Other names for the runtime polymorphism is dynamic binding or late binding. For compile time polymorphism, static binding or early binding. Okay. Those are the two types of polymorphisms available. So to achieve the compile time, what is compile time polymorphism? How to achieve the compile time polymorphism? That thing we have to know. Okay, currently we can't understand what is compile time polymorphism. Okay, so we will understand that one later when we go to the program concept of C++. We can understand easily what is compile time polymorphism. Okay, briefly I will explain. Okay, if you have any confusion, we will clarify that one later. Compile time polymorphism is using of same name for two or more functions within the same class. Using the same name for two or more functions within the same class is called compile time polymorphism or static binding or early binding. Similarly, what is the runtime polymorphism is using of same name for two or more functions in different classes. Using of same name in two or more functions, name for two or more functions, okay, in different classes. In base class and derived class of inheritance is called dynamic binding. Dynamic binding or runtime polymorphism is related to inheritance. Okay, it is possible only when we have inheritance. What is inheritance? One, the derived class is getting properties of base class. Okay, while class B is getting properties of class A, we can use same function name in class A as well as class B. That concept is called dynamic binding or runtime polymorphism or late binding. Clear. Polymorphism is two types: runtime polymorphism, compile time polymorphism. We will again completely understand this one in the future classes. Now, our concept is the next group's concept is dynamic binding. Only briefly, I have told you what is this dynamic binding. Using of the same function name in both the base class and the derived class is called dynamic binding. Okay. By use what generally what is the mean by binding is connecting one program to another program is called binding. Generally, binding means tying. Okay, how can we define this binding or tying means? Okay, connecting one program with another program is called the binding. We have to connect sometimes class A is to be connected to class B or class B is to be connected to class A like that. Okay, classes or programs need to be connected with one another. That is called binding. The general meaning of binding is connecting one program with another program. Okay, the other name for dynamic binding is already we told. It is also called as a dynamic binding. See, in this dynamic binding allows single object to invoke similar functions from different classes. And the same function can be used in different classes. Clear? In this polymorphism allows single object to be okay. In this polymorphism allows the single object to invoke similar function from different classes. That means same function name can be used in different classes. That concept is the dynamic binding. Clear? We can use the same function name in different classes. It is called this dynamic binding. Okay, the program action is different in all classes. Even the function name is same in all different classes, their action is different. That means the aim of that function is different from class to class, but names are same. That is called this dynamic binding. At the time of execution, basing on the object which is calling that code, okay, corresponding function will be executed, corresponding method will be executed. Okay, I will show you that one when we go to programming, how it will understand which function it has to execute. If different classes contain the same function name, how it will understand means that we will understand at the time of programming, we will understand that one, how it will do that work. Okay, I'll tell you. It is a polymorphism. Same function name used in different classes. Okay, one class is for displaying dotted object. One class is for displaying single straight line. One is for displaying a dashed line. Okay. For all those things, they are using the same function display. That is the dynamic binding. So simply, what how can we define this binding? Dynamic binding means okay, using of the same function name in different classes is known as dynamic binding. Okay, when we come to the polymorphism, one thing many forms using of same name for two or more functions is called polymorphism. Simply in one name, using of same name for two or more functions is called polymorphism. And when we come to polymorphism, it is two types: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism is also known as the compile time polymorphism is also known as static binding or early binding. Compile time polymorphism is also known as static binding or early binding. Runtime polymorphism is also known as dynamic binding or late binding. Dynamic binding or late binding. Clear? What is this comparison polymorphism? Same function name is used in same name is used for two or more functions within the same class. Same function name is used for two or more functions within the same class. That is called comparison polymorphism. Same function name is used for two or more functions in different classes is known as dynamic. Same function name is used for two or more functions in different classes. That is known as dynamic binding. Clear? I will show you small example so that we can understand some more clearly. C I have taken class A. Class A has if you observe this one, class A. Class A contains how many methods? Three methods are there. Calculate totally three methods are, but the names of the three methods are same. Calculate, calculate, calculate. Okay. Inside the same class. Okay, using of the same name for two or more functions within the same class is known as compile time polymorphism or static binding or early binding. The situation is like this. Now you can do this one. Class A contains a method, a function or method name calculate. Similarly, class B also contains another method with the same name calculate. That means same name is used for both methods of class A and class B. This concept is called dynamic binding or dynamic runtime polymorphism or dynamic binding or late binding. This is called dynamic late binding. This situation is called compile time polymorphism or static binding or early binding. Now you will get a doubt. If same name for method, same names are used for three methods, wide calculation, how it will understand which method it has to execute? That we will learn later. Currently, you can't understand. Even though I explained, you can't understand. We will discuss that one later. Here also, we will understand this one in the future classes. Now I think you got some rough idea about this one. What is this dynamic binding and what is this polymorphism? Okay. Dynamic binding is actually not a separate concept. It is a part of the polymorphism. Inheritance and polymorphism. These two are the very main concepts in the very object-oriented programming. Okay. We will in the C++ we don't go in depth of that one. We will learn what is what here. But when we come to the Java, we will use these two very much. So they don't tell what is inheritance or what is polymorphism. Simply they will use. So you have to understand here only plainly what is polymorphism, what is inheritance. That we will understand completely understand when we come to the that corresponding concepts. Clear. Now again I am briefly reminding why because these two play a major role. Theoretically I am now reminding these two. Later practically we will understand these two again. Sorry, 1 minute. Myself start. 1 minute. Finish only. Start plainly. Okay. When we come to inheritance, again one more time I'm repeating what is inheritance. Why? Because it is the most important concept. Inheritance is one class getting the properties of another class. One class deriving the properties of another class is called inheritance. Okay. The class which is getting properties of another class is called derived class or subclass. Derived class or subclass. The class which is getting properties from another class is called derived class or subclass. The class from whom we are getting properties, the class from which we are getting properties is known as base class or superclass. Clear? That is called base class or superclass. We have the keyword superclass, subclass, base class, derived class. Clear? What is the thing? That concept is called inheritance. Okay. When we come to the derivation, what it will derive means generally every class will contain two items. One is data variables, the second one is methods. Okay, every class will contain data variables and methods. The derived class can get command and do all those things. Whenever the base class contains some variables and some methods, the derived class can use any one of those variables and any one of the above methods. Whatever it wants, it can happily use that one. It will get right from all the data members of the base class, either variables or methods. Clear. The main advantage of inheritance is code reusability. The main advantage of inheritance is the code reusability. Whenever same function once was to write in base class and derived class, okay, we can reuse the function available in base class instead of writing that one again in the derived class. Since the derived class will reuse the function which is available in the base class. Okay, that concept is called code reusability. Clear. By using this concept of code reusability, okay, that is the code reusability is the main aim of this inheritance. Very important question. What is the use of inheritance means code reusability is the major advantage of inheritance. That's the point we have to remember. Clear. Next, when we come to this, next after inheritance, one more inheritance related concept is the polymorphism. What is meant by this polymorphism? Polymorphism is one thing, many forms. Okay, one function name in one name for two or more functions is called polymorphism technically. By using this polymorphism, it is two types: compile time polymorphism, dynamic polymorphism. Already we have seen what is this dynamic binding as well as compile time polymorphism. Briefly, we have seen. So next, after these two, now I think you are getting the screen. We have to see one more thing called another object-oriented concept. This concept is reusability. Already, what is this reusability? It is related to inheritance. Reusability is nothing but code reusability. With the help of the concept of inheritance, the reusability of code is possible. That means the derived class can reuse the code available in the base class. So separately, no need to write the same code in both base class and derived. Sometimes in the program we need to write the same code in base class as well as derived class. For example, in the base class we have written a code of 100 lines. In the same 100 lines we want to write in the derived class. Then what we will do, instead of writing them, simply we will reuse that one with the help of inheritance. That is the reusability. General example, whenever, for example, I have given you a material of 100 pages. Okay. What you will do, whether you will start writing all those 100 pages again from my material. So what we will do, simply we will take Xerox from the original copy of 100 pages. We will take a Xerox copy. That is the concept of code reusability. That is the code reusability. Okay, guys. We will briefly see code reusability. Object-oriented technology allows reusability of classes by extending them to other classes using inheritance. Object-oriented technology allows reusability of classes by extending them to other classes by using inheritance. Once a class is defined, other programmer can also use it in their programs. With the help of this reusability concept of inheritance, once a class is written, the same class can be used by other programmer in his programs. Okay. If required, the programmer can add new features to the derived class. Okay, he will get the properties of all the base class, and whenever you want, we can add new features to the derived class also. Okay. the verified and checked qualities of base class. In the base class, whatever the variables or functions which we have verified are need not to be redefined in the derived class. Simply the derived class will use those qualities. That means qualities nothing but variables or functions which are already available in the base class need not to be redefined in the derived class. Okay, it will use that one. Thus, reusability always saves the time and space. The main advantage of this reusability concept is it will save the time and space. Okay, by code reusability, what is the advantage we will get by using the code reusability? The benefit is we will save the time and space. The programmer time will be saved, and the memory space will be saved. That is the reusability advantage. What is the benefit we will take? Okay, see, the properties of class A are inherited to class B. Okay, and the product class B are inherited to class C. So that when we come to class C, we have no need to rewrite the properties of class B in class C. We have no need to rewrite properties of class A in class C. That is called code reusability. So that the properties of class A and class B are no need to redefine in class C. Simply we will use which are already defined here. Here we define, here we use. So that the advantage is one is space will be saved. Already I show you in the time of inheritance. When we declare into A comma B in class B, we have no need to declare them. If you declare again in class B, it will take 4 plus 4, 8 bytes. But if you use inheritance, no, we will save 4 bytes of memory. Similarly, time is also saved for the programmer. Why? Because simply he is why? Because the code is reduced. Simply he is reusing without redefining so that the time and space of the programmer will be saved. That is the use of this reusability, which is a concept related to the classes. Clear? Clear. This is a briefly the today's concept of dynamic binding and reusability. Okay, total inheritance related to inheritance, reusability, polymorphism related to polymorphism, as we see some remaining concepts. Clear this. I think you got some idea about these concepts now. Theoretically, you got some idea. Practically, I will show you again. Thank you very much.